Welcome to Turning Pro Challenge Week 7 Account Review. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only and is not intended to be investment advice. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. Now with this one here, week 7, I am a little bit behind. I was traveling, I was away at a work conference and I wasn't able to record this. I was actually at a marketing conference and it was a great opportunity for me to learn how others are doing their business, people outside of the Forex industry. So it was a very immersive experience and I didn't really trade very much. So and also I was flying back on Sunday, so I didn't really get a chance to record this. It's a little bit late. So it'll be a quick one. So just to reiterate, the Turning Pro Challenge is really to set ourselves apart from amateur traders. It's to follow the right actions and right behaviors so that we become a professional traders and we are able to get the results that professional traders get. If you haven't already done so and you would like to join the challenge, I invite you to download the workbook and follow along with me. You can go to tradingwithvenus.com/turnpro and there you'll be able to download all the resources, worksheets, and workbook that I have that you can use to follow along and create these results for yourselves as we go along. As the part of the challenge, one of the things that we do is first we have to set the weekly goals, our monthly goals, and then we create a plan. We work the plan and basically that's our formula for reaching our goal. 3 key elements of this challenge are preparation, execution, and review. Those are the 3 key components. So let's go on to the actual account and we'll take a look at where we stand with the account for week 7, and we'll also take a look at how things went in terms of following the plan. One of the things that I use when I'm following this challenge is the Turning Pro workbook here. The first thing is trading goals. So you want to set your trading goals for the week. 100 pips per week are my goals, or that's my goal of what I want to accomplish. I trade the London session and I trade this 3 days a week, Tuesday to Thursday. So I don't trade Mondays or Fridays. So that's my goal for the week. And this is what I'm looking to accomplish. Second thing is having some set of rules in place, and my rules are to risk no more than 1 to 2% of my account and no more than 1% on any given trade. So this one is slightly flexible. It does have slight room for adjustment. So I would say 1 to 5% for me is okay if there is something really good. However, I find that as the account grows, I want to keep my risk manageable because the upside gets higher as well, but at the same time, the downside gets higher as well. That means the chance of losing the loss size will be bigger as well if I'm taking a larger size. So what I tend to do is I split my trade. Instead of taking one single trade, I take 2 trades, half and half in each position. That has been helping me as well. And also one big thing is not to trade without a stop loss. One of the things that I have struggled with in the past, and I know many people struggle with, is getting out of a losing trade. It's really hard to get out when you're sitting on a loss if you don't have a fixed stop loss already put in place. This way, once you have a stop loss, it hits the stop and you're out. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to plan it while you're in the trade. So this is one thing that I'm very particular about, making sure I have a stop loss in place. And another rule that I have been really diligent about is making sure I don't take any more than 3 losses in a row, because it does mess up my mindset. So I stop trading if I have 3 losses in a row for the day, and then I just come back another day, reevaluate what's going on in the market, and then start with a fresh, clean slate so that I'm not carrying the baggage which messes up my mindset. In terms of trade management, I have stop loss and take profit in place, and I think I did that well with these trades. I do tend to trail my stop as well as the price moves. So every 20 pips, I will, when the price moves 20 pips in my direction, I will bring my stop to break even. That way everything is risk free, so that trade does not have any more risk in it, because there's no way I can lose. At the worst, I can just get out of the trade at break even. So I move my stop to break even +2. So +2 is to just to accommodate the spread. In terms of preparation, I do the daily market analysis every single night with my trade room folks, and this is something that is my strength. So I do tend to do this fairly diligently. I am going to up level on this here though. One of the things that I have not been doing is, and I want to implement, is creating a spreadsheet so that I have my levels in place and they're in a spreadsheet so that I'm tracking that a little bit better. That's the next level up for me. I'm good at this, but again, there is room for improvement. So that will be my next step going forward. I do look at my calendar and I create a trade plan. And so this part is really good. However, again, I do need to up level, and starting in April here, I'm going to up level on this part here as well. And the next thing is post-market review. This is where I have always struggled with. And one of the things that I started doing starting last week was actually doing a Facebook Live. So this way it forces me to do my daily review. And again, this is part of my up leveling, because sometimes we get really good at checking boxes. We just do the bare minimum to keep us going. So if you're in a job and, you know, it pays the bill, but you may be finding yourself just doing the bare minimum so that you don't get fired, but you're not really living up to your potential. You know you can do so much more, and yet you just get lazy and just not doing stuff that you know you need to do. So this is where I do that. So what I've started doing now is doing a Facebook Live. If you want to come join my group, you can just do a search for Trading with Venus, or I will post a link below this video as well, so you can join the group and you can join me in doing my daily review. I'm going to go a lot more in depth with my daily review, and I'm also going to go a lot more in depth with my trade journal as well. So I have been doing a trade journal. I do take a copy of my entries, stop loss, take profit, and I post the charts, or I put the charts in my trade journal, marked up charts. However, I could take that to the next level as well. And with the Facebook Live, I'm going to be doing that. So come join me if you are wanting to do that. There'll be a link to this in the bottom of the video here. So daily review is something that I have been working on. Same thing with the weekly review. This is another thing that I will be up leveling on next. So let's go on to the account to take a look at where things stand as of week 7. So with this one, this is actually an image that I took of the account at the end of last week. Like I said, I was traveling, so I didn't really get a chance to record the video. But at the end of the week, I was at $7,514.46. So that was the account balance. So as you may recall, we started off at $3,500. So currently, or as of last week, the account balance was at 7514.46. So let's take a look at our spreadsheet to see where we stand overall. So this is the spreadsheet Turning Pro scorecard that I've been keeping track of here. So last week, like I said here, 7514.46 was where we sat. So it was actually a losing week. So I lost $390.51. So the first couple of trades that I took were not winners, and that's how I sustained this loss. And then the next couple were pretty much break even, didn't really go anywhere. And after that, I didn't trade for the week because I was at a conference. So I didn't want to be unfocused. So I wanted to just do that fully. And so I did not trade. In terms of results, we are at 7514.46 currently. As you may recall, we started off at $3,500, and by the end of the year, I'm working on getting to $38,700, which is an 1,100% return. Currently, at this point, I'm at about 113.57% return, and this was a losing week. So overall, there were some good opportunities that set up later in the week, especially with the equity markets dropping. There were some good yen opportunities. However, as with life, we cannot take every single trade, and sometimes you miss good opportunities. Anyway, so this is where we are at the end of week 7 at $7,514.46. We are still up 113% in the account. If you're interested in my trade room or trading signals service, let me share some details with you on that. So this is a comprehensive service. We usually start off with a weekly market review every week on Sunday. So if you're part of my trading group, you also get access to a private Skype group where I share my trade ideas and analysis. And I also send out Twitter alerts when I'm entering a trade. So those will be the live trades that I enter. Every single day, we have a daily market analysis call where we take a look at the charts. We look at what happened in the markets and create a plan for trading the following day. So we mark out our technical levels of where we are looking to take the trades from, what direction we are looking for each pair. I cover several different pairs in that, and we mark these levels for each pair, where to enter the trade, and where our potential profit targets will be for each one. I'm active in the trade room during the London session starting at 3 a.m. Eastern. And when I'm ready to enter the trade, I put a trade alert in the trade room with my entry, stop loss, as well as profit target. I also take trades after the daily market analysis call in the evening. So if you're not able to trade in the London session with me, you can also take the trades in the evening. And those are usually, we just set the trades and we let them run. So they usually play out during the London session, but we are not actively monitoring those trades. So that's another option if you're not able to trade London session. Every Friday, we have a members only webinar at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. This one is recorded, same as the daily market analysis call, and you can always view it later if you're not able to make it at that time. As a bonus, you also get my pivot point indicator. I really like the pivot point indicator. It's one of my favorite ones that I use to trade. If you're interested in joining the trade room, there are 3 different options you can choose from. One is the month-to-month option, which is $97 a month. And with this one, you are just on a monthly billing cycle, so you can cancel at any time. I also have a couple of other plans if you want to bring the cost down. One is a biannual plan. So basically you're paying for 6 months at a time, and the cost for that will be $67 a month. And if you want it to be on a yearly plan, this is the best plan that I have for $47 a month. So those are the 3 options if you want to join me in the trade room. So that's all I have for now. Have a great week, and I'll be back with week 8 review shortly.